Hi, I'm Liv, and welcome to another Pandemic Parlay. This one's a little weird because it is my first day back from furlough. I'm on my lunch break now, and it's been 2 weeks of me not having to take lunch breaks or worry about that stuff. So it's a little weird being back, but I'm truly thankful to have a job to go back to. And I'm going to be talking about that in this video. So I know for many people, this is an incredibly challenging time, and this might be a triggering thing to listen to. So if this is a difficult thing for you, feel free to skip the video. But if you'd like to hear a little bit more about me and see how I did this makeup look, then keep watching. Hello everyone, it is a super weird day. I'm on my lunch break. It's my first day back from furlough, so I'm gonna do this really quickly. I already have my whole face done, so we're just gonna do the fun stuff, put on some color, and we're gonna do it now. We're gonna chit chat while we do. So, I took off my glasses and I can't see anything. Why did I do that? Okay, we're gonna do sort of gray olive and then deepen up with some green and then do some purple because I got a lot of green going on right now, right? Okay. It's, man, some stuff has been nuts. It's been great. So, my first day back from furlough, I'm totally using the wrong brush. This is the problem when you can't see things. I'm gonna edit out later. Taking a big poofy brush. So, first day back from furlough, I watched the video that I made on my last day of work before furlough, and I actually feel pretty chuffed. Like, I think I got pretty much everything done that I wanted to do, but I don't know if that's speaking to me succeeding at a lot of things, or maybe I set the bar pretty low, but it was great now that I'm back working and I know that my job's okay, and I will totally admit that I was more nervous about that than I was willing to admit initially, because it's like there's something to be said for the security of just knowing that you have your job and then going away from that and not being able to talk to anyone and ask them like, is this case okay? Did everything turn out okay? Did I mess anything up? Is everything good? Like, there's just none of that. And yet at the same time, it was a really amazing mental break to not have that as well, to not be thinking about work most of the day. You know what I mean? I mean, maybe you do know what I mean. If you're furloughed right now, although maybe you have a whole different set of worries on your hands. So I know that there are many different types of job situations that people are dealing with right now. And I was very fortunate and am very fortunate. And I'm so aware of that. And that's part of the relief I'm feeling, that it's good to be back and to know my job's okay. And if you're not in that situation, I'm so sorry. This is a tough time. And this is a weird eye makeup look already. All right, I'm getting emotional. So I definitely got the cleaning, the dancing, and a lot of the things that I wanted to get done during furlough. I took a photo of my car that I packed to the brim and then dropped stuff off at ARC. So I'll stick that photo up now. And it's quite a nice feeling to have so much good stuff that I'm donating. And I really hope that it goes to a good home, all of it. And actually going to ARC was like the first time I saw another person than Patrick or my mom in in like a month, no, I mean I'd seen people here and there, but like this was a total stranger, and it was weird. It was weird. Like the guy who was working there tried to come and help us get stuff out of the car. We're like, no, it's okay, thank you, with our masks on and hand sanitizer in the car at the ready and all that. So a thing that I didn't expect to do on my furlough time was, of course, create that 5K that I've mentioned. And Patrick and I had been wanting to do a 5K, and we didn't want to do one where you pay money and get a medal because we wanted our money to go to something beneficial. So when I saw that my friends in South Africa were in dire need, it seemed like the perfect opportunity. And I didn't expect it to be so well received and enthusiastic and fun and lovely. And I was able to do a news story with CBS Denver, Channel 4, and Jacqueline, she's wonderful. She did the news story for my Life Day, and she's really an amazing reporter and journalist and just a very cool person. And so she was able to do a story on this too. And that was unexpected and unplanned and wonderful. And I hope that we've raised some good funds for Charlie's Bakery in South Africa. I hope so. And then wonderfully, Tamron Hall with ABC, their department basically noticed the story. They have a journalist there, Jordana, who saw the story and wanted to pick it up. So I'm really excited, and I hope that it gets Charlie's Bakery some attention. And I think it's been wonderful seeing the flow of positivity. I'm seeing a lot of people do incredible things, and I love sharing those things, and I love seeing that spread. And this is all around the world. So in this show, and I can't wait to see what other people they found and what other amazing stories, because I watched a couple segments that they sent, and I'll link those down below, because one of them's on YouTube, and it's sort of an international story of how people are doing and little snippets in their lives. And it's cool to see people just for a second even, and like, what's your life like? How you doing? Are you okay? You know, and seeing people smiling and healthy and taking care of themselves and taking care of the people around them through social distancing and different things in each country. But really the standard seems to be social distancing, masks, keeping away from people, being careful. So it's very reassuring seeing all of this, and it was cool to see this on the show, and it's especially cool to see people doing unique and different things at this time. So I like that, and I can't wait to see what other people they found. There's a lot of green going on right now, isn't there? So that was weird, because I'm trying to like record at the same time with my cell phone so that I can send the ABC show some of the footage. And by the time this comes out, this video that I'm doing here, I'll know whether they used it or not. So I might be like overdoing it, but they said, can we get some footage of you in your daily life? And I'm like, well, indeed you can. I wonder if it's gonna seem weird that like, hey, this is me in my daily life at home, full face of makeup, you know what I mean? But it's like, this is what I do. I like doing a full face of makeup, and it feels good. So it really does feel good. It makes me feel good. All right, you can chill with the green now, Liv. Okay. All right, let's put on some shimmers. So I'm on my lunch break now, and it's quite late. I have the hardest time with that, and because there's like always deadlines. You got to do this thing by this time and that thing by this time, or someone else will suffer, and you don't want people to suffer. So I'm gonna put a purple shimmer all over my lid. So that was one of the amazing things about furlough, was my deadlines, and I tend to be an on-the-go person. Like, I was very busy during furlough, but of my own choosing and within my own timeline and of my own accord. And so that was really fun, and that's already something I miss. And now I kind of just look bruised, don't I? I think I'm gonna put some green, more green. Maybe we'll fix that. So it's funny because not many people know this about me, and I don't think many people would assume this about me, but I have terrible crushing anxiety. Like, it screwed me up both through college because it's performance anxiety. So I would have to do presentations for industrial design, and I wouldn't be able to sleep for 2 weeks before it, and I'd cut out all caffeine, and I would hyper exercise to try and like calm myself down, and nothing would help. I went to therapy, I did shock therapy on myself, and like all sorts of things to try to get over it, and nothing could. So the ways that I deal with it, because doing news stories and things like this, or we did an interview the other day, is if I surprise myself, I'm fine. So like there can be a situation, like let's say there's a circle of 10 people, and they say, okay, we're gonna introduce ourselves. We're gonna go around the circle and introduce ourselves. If at all possible, I will jump to introduce myself immediately, because if it happens that I'm the last person in the circle that has to introduce myself, I may not speak English by the time it gets to me. Like, I may be so freaked out that I lose the capacity to speak. And it sounds funny, but it's not. It's awful. It's terrible. And like, I've had people say like, oh, just push through it. Just work through it. It's fine. But no. It's difficult. And I can't always control it. So if I surprise myself, my fight or flight doesn't have time to work itself up. You know what I mean? And I think that that's potentially what it is that from the bombing, maybe a trauma response or something like that my fight or flight got a little messed up. So if I surprise myself, I could be fine. I could be fine on stage in front of people if I surprise myself, which sounds funny, I'm sure. But and also if it's just for one person, like one-on-one, I'm fine. So like the news story was okay because it was like, I'm just talking to Jacqueline. Cool. she's cool. I like her. All right, this is interesting. And I was like, so I'm gonna film some more for ABC after this. Who knows if they'll use it, but I'm like, do I want a crazy eye look? Not necessarily. I don't want to look totally crazy, but I want to look colorful. But what is my colorful to other people's colorful? They might be like, whoa, that girl's crazy. You know what I mean? So I'm going like a little subtle crazy. I don't know. Maybe this is crazy to some people. It's probably crazy. But then again, I'll be wearing glasses and no one can see anything anyway. So pandemic parlay. This is a pandemic parlay. One, because my first day back after furlough, and I call things pandemic parlays when they're pertinent to my experience of this pandemic. You know what I mean? As opposed to like I'm putting on makeup and just having fun. So first day back after furlough, and it's also the final transition of Denver and Arapahoe County to safer at home, which from my understanding is not that different from stay at home for the majority of people, but I feel like many people are thinking of it as being very different. For example, there was a hideous restaurant in Castle Rock that this weekend opened up, and that entirely against the law, but they opened up for just business. Mother's Day brunch, and no one was wearing masks. There was no social distancing. I posted about it on social media, on Facebook, and I already got one heckler, and it's just like, you're stupid. You're stupid, dude. This is just a bad idea. And if everyone treated things like that, then the hospitals would be overrun and many more people would die. And so it's not that might be the be all and end all, and that time at that restaurant might destroy the whole state. It might not, but if all restaurants thought that way, then we'd have a different story. And why do you think that you're special and different? Like, I understand this restaurant was having a hard time and that's really terrible, but so are many people, and they're trying to respect other people and take care of other people and follow safety guidelines and the law. So that was really gross, really ugly people, selfish, thinking that they're more important than everyone else. And it is pretty crazy because deaths could happen due to that. There were older looking people, even though we're hearing about people of all ages dying. But like, brunch was that important? Really? Going to a restaurant was that important? I understand that for the owner, her business is that important. Like the owners of every establishment, their businesses are that important, and I want them to be helped. And I want the government to do what can be done to help them, and I want to do what I can do to help local establishments. But the way to fix that isn't to endanger people and completely ignore safety precautions that everyone else is taking because you think it doesn't apply to you. Like, what is that? What is that crap? Okay. This is an excellent nude shade for me. Obviously a little pinky nude, but this is Rebel Rose. It's the Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit matte lipstick. I personally like a matte lipstick a lot. So for my skin tone and lip color, this is an excellent nude. That's the finished look. I like this a lot, obviously, because this is my favorite color combination. So I'm pretty much gonna always like purple and green. I really feel like you can't go wrong with purple and green. That's my jam. If you have an ultimate favorite color combination, I would love to hear what it is down below. For me, it could be like lime and deep purple, or mint and lavender, or any of those combinations of purple and green in any form. So good. Obviously, I love this. It's actually Give Me Glow Cosmetics. It's 2 of their shades. I think one is like lemon lime and the other one's ultraviolet or something, and they're just sticky, thick, delicious shimmers that just glom on your lid, and they're so beautiful and wet. Love them. Anyways, I need to go do more of that interview for ABC. I'm gonna try to say some things about my experience. It's super weird. It's also weird because like I've been saying things already here to you guys, so now I gotta put them more concisely for a wider audience, potentially. Or they'll just use one sound clip of me going like, hey, or something. You know what I mean? That's how it goes. Anyways, good to be back at work. Weird to be back at work. Very scared about changes. I hope that I get to stay working remotely, that I can be safe, that I can still see my mom. It was really, really, really nice to have Mother's Day brunch with her. We actually went to her house and sat on her patio, which we haven't done in like over 2 months. So that was amazing to be able to do. I would like to keep that up. I'd like to help keep her protected and be able to be here for her and get her groceries and all that stuff. That would be good. While we're just sitting here, I just gotta fix a little bit of an eyebrow crowd going on here. I'm not gonna go into good news today because I feel like the ABC story and potentially having some attention drawn to Charlie's Bakery and their cause, that is good news for me. I'm super excited about that. I hope it pans out. I hope that they use any footage that I include about Charlie's Bakery because that is truly why I wanted to do the 5K. I mean, it was really no hassle for me to say, hey, let's do a 5K and go run around the complex 5 times. I mean, it was quite tiring. It was quite hard, but like, what a great thing for me to do for my health. You know what I mean? The real draw was like saving this bakery. Like that's the big deal. You know what I mean? Eyebrows done, all done, feels a little better. I'm going to go do some chatting to another camera all by myself in a room over here. I would love to hear what your Mother's Day experience was like for you. I know for many people this is a really rough day. If that's something that you want to share down below, please do. You may not be alone. And if it was a beautiful day for you, both as a mother yourself or showing your care and support of a mother in your life, your own mother, your spouse, your siblings, whatever it is, your friends, I'd love to hear about that too. Celebrate them down below. I hope that you really did have a fantastic day and weekend. Whilst I am super thankful to be done with my furlough, I know that many of you are not in such a fortunate position. If there is anything you need, I try to list as many resources as I can down below. If you have any resources that you would like to contribute, please let me know and I will add them to the tally. I hope that wherever you are, you're having the best day that you possibly can. Be kind to the people around you. Stay home, and thanks for hanging out.